Okay, y'all. So this the story that I want us to talk about first. Hold on, real quick, like, right? So I came across this story over on the Bookie Book, right? And it's involving a county in Georgia, okay? A very well known county called Cobb County, right? Out in Georgia. All right. Cobb County exists of like Smyrna, Marietta, Kennesaw, um, what else? Mableton, and it might be some more, but I think those are like the top ones, right? Yeah, I think Dallas is Paulding County. I'm not sure. It's Ackworth. Ackworth might be Cobb, but anywho, I'm just saying those names for people may be familiar with those particular areas. Okay. All right. So let's do it. Now, there was a story that came out the other day, came out about a week ago regarding this woman who happens to be a dentist. Her name is Melanie Litt. Okay. The story went out. They said that she went missing in the Kennesaw Marietta area, and they said her car was found in a large parking lot. First thing I thought about was maybe Town Center Mall because it's like the biggest parking lot. But then I said, well, when I think about the entire Barrett Parkway, there it's not the largest. You got a few other ones, right? You got that Walmart, Whole Foods would be a big one. It's a lot of different ones, but the first thing I thought about was the mall. Glad that I did. So her husband, who had been out of town, from my understanding, her husband went out of town to visit their son who's off in college. So he gets back home and his wife is nowhere to be found. I believe he has their other children and she left her phone at home. They're trying to figure out what the hell going on. And the reason this story like stuck out to me was because I was thinking about, if you guys got a chance to catch my live on yesterday where we got into some stories and I referenced towards the end of that live a story that happened out in Mableton when there was a woman that went missing. Her car was found in an Aldi parking lot. She had been dating this guy who unfortunately had been out on bond due to another kidnapping, right? Come to find out that guy kidnapped that woman, unalived her in Atlanta, and confessed to the police or whatever, right? So when you hear that story and then like a week or so later you're hearing this story in Cobb County, it's like, girl, what? Girl, okay, what Manini at? All right, because I'm over here like, huh, girl, what's going on now? You say what? Like, girl, what's happening over there in Cobb that the people is going missing? All right. Shout out to the 100+ we got in the chat. If we could get to 100 likes, okay, that would be great. I know some of y'all probably watching on the TV too, so I get it. All right, but let's go ahead and see if we can tap on that. So this lady's going missing. People trying to organize, putting all post up. Come to find out, now this woman is a dentist in that Kennesaw Marietta area, from my understanding. Okay, people are, making posts and stuff, trying to find their good friend, their coworker, whatever the case is, right? They looking for this woman. Like, where is she at? Like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Well, she went missing on, I believe it was is it here on the document? I think it was at the 10th, the 13th. Okay, so she went missing on the 13th. Okay, now she went missing on the 13th, and then Cobb County, the police department, put up a statement to let everybody know that Miss Ma'am had been found, right? So I want to hop over here to where we see where she was found. Okay. They said Bolo, they let everybody know that this woman was indeed found safe on October 19th. Okay, so October 19th would have been on that Sunday. So she had been missing for roughly about a week, right? Her car was found in a local parking lot. I want to believe it's the mall, not sure. Her phone was left at home. Okay, a lot of people begin to speculate and start to accuse her husband of having something to do with her being missing. Okay, um, so it was a lot of that going on. People were accusing the husband like he got something to do with it or whatever. Where she at? People start making up all of these different type of weirdo theories about said situation. Well, the woman ended up being found, and they said that she was found safe. I'm looking for another post that I saw over the weekend to see where. Okay, she said found safe. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all this particular post here. because I want to get this one up because, girl, this is messy. So, this is what's being said. All right. At the very bottom, this person says authorities in Cobb County, Georgia, are searching for 52-year-old Dr. Melanie Litt, a well known and respected dentist who vanished just days before she was scheduled to leave for a dream vacation to Japan with her husband. Dr. Litt was reported missing on Tuesday morning after she failed to show up for work at Family Dentistry, right? Out there in Dallas, Georgia. They're saying friends say that she had worked the day before at another office in Marietta and that her sudden disappearance is completely out of character for someone known for her kindness, reliability, and dedication to her patients. When police performed a welfare check at her Marietta home, they found her phone inside, but there was no sign of Melanie or her vehicle. Her car was later located abandoned behind a business off Barrett Parkway in Cobb County. They go on to say, friends say Melanie last spoke with them on Sunday afternoon and had dinner that evening with another close friend. She was described by those who know her as the sweetest, kindest, most caring, and selfless person. Her husband, Leslie Litt, told reporters he was out of state visiting their son, Stephen, who was in college when Melanie went missing. The couple had been preparing to leave for Japan on Wednesday morning. Tomorrow is well. Was it last Wednesday? Because she went missing on Tuesday. So was y'all supposed to go last Wednesday, or was y'all supposed to be going this Tuesday? Okay. All right. Now, if the live is glitching, y'all go out and come back in because YouTube is having an issue. All right. But let's keep going. So they go on to say that Dr. Litt is not only a skilled and compassionate dentist, but also a beloved member of our community. Right. They go on to talk about how she graduated and stuff like that. They said that she lives in Marietta since 04. She got a husband, a son, and two pet birds. Okay. So from what it sounds like here, they only have one child and they may not have other kids. But I also was hearing the story that he had the other children with him. Okay. So this story gets very, very interesting. So Miss Ma'am had been missing. Well, the local police had identified her as being safe. Okay. Miss Ma'am was located safely. Right. So the next thing that I saw after she was located safely was a post from her husband. This is what the husband had to say. Because this is messy. Melanie is not safe. She was observed being dragged around a market by the person she is with. She is being manipulated and controlled. When confronted by the gentleman who spotted them because she was his dentist, the guy she was with started yelling at him. She is so scared of the person she's with, she was not forthright with the police. He was charged with beating one of his wives. Now, see, girl, I don't think I saw that part right there now. She is in a mental health crisis and needs professional help. Intervention immediately. The police do not know her and did not do her any justice whatsoever and let them both leave. If anyone sees her, please do not let her leave and call 988 and share her location. All right. So this is what the husband said. He also went on to put it on her post as well. Okay. So there's that. Now we ended up seeing, let me see. Was it this post? Okay. So what I ended up coming across was, okay, let me back out of this because it was another post where photos did surface of her. Okay. So let me make sure I got that one. Is it on this page here? Okay, I'll just show y'all this. All right, cool. So photos begin to surface of her, and this is one of the photos of Miss Ma'am. Okay, this is a photo of her, allegedly her in the parking lot with whatever gentleman we're talking to the police. Okay, now the piece of a gag is the fact that his wife also, this man that she's with is also married, and his wife also reported him as missing too, and we'll get into that. But someone recorded video here. All right, this is the video of them.
This guy right here tried to run from me. Literally found her, and they tried to run from me. This guy right here tried to run from me. And I called the police. I found her, tried to talk to her.
So now that she sees she's being recorded, Miss Ma'am done pulled her hair to the front. She's crossing her face, and she's
really scared of her. So
Hey, she said leave.
I have the right to record, so if
He
they want to do
does.
that, that's fine. I have the right to record, buddy. It's for our safety.
It's messy, but it's also sad at the same time.
I don't know if they were trying to come to this vehicle or what.
So I feel like there was a reason another officer pulled up in an effort to talk to him while another officer talked with her. And I feel like if y'all did that, in my opinion, it would mean to me that there is something about her energy that is making y'all feel like, okay, let's just make sure she's okay, right? Because something seems to be off here, right? Um, so there's that, right? So let's see. I want to hop back over here so we can get into just a few of the comments. Then we're going to keep going. So this person put a post up, says this is allegedly when missing Dr. Melanie Litt was found, according to someone, the man who recognized her and recorded this video. So I confronted him in the event. She was so scared. I asked if she was okay, and Mel grabbed her and took off with her. I gave a chase. He tried to say husband was after them. The husband, wow, I mean, you with his wife. You're with his wife. Like, the husband should be after you, right? So somebody says that is wild. Good for that man calling the police. I hope she receives the help and resources she needs. People forget that everyone struggles, and so many are acting like this was somehow an inconvenience to them personally. More grace needs to be given, especially when the details of where she was and why aren't known. So this is what the alleged story came out about the wife. So this is Cody Alcorn, who I believe is a journalist, and Corey put out more details, right? Now, why is my mouse acting up? Okay. So Corey put out more details. This is what he said. I'm sorry, not Corey, but Cody. He says, I just spoke with the wife of the man who was found with the Dr. Melanie Litt, a Metro Atlanta dentist, who was reported missing on October 13th. Anthony Nestor of Kennesaw was also reporting missing after he never came home on October 11th. He told his wife he was going to hang out with the guys, and she hasn't heard from him or seen him since Saturday. Dr. Nadler was reported missing on October 14th after she failed to show up at her dentist office in Dallas, Georgia. Anthony's wife said shortly after her husband disappeared and wasn't returning calls, texts, or emails, she went to his computer where she uncovered a bombshell that would come to change her life forever. Girl, I said, now what kind of in the white folks news is this, honey? What's going down to the Cobb County? So I wanted to, snooze a little bit like what's going on. So then he says, she told me she found a Yahoo account she didn't know existed. She found an email that indicated Dr. Nadler and her husband were having an affair. She continued reading and found out the affair had been going on for more than a decade. Just how long? Just how long more than a decade, girl? And I don't think they got any other kids. I'm not sure because like I said, I heard a story where they said the dad is with the other kids. But then when I just read one of the statements from someone reporting on this, they said that they only have one son. Because in my head, if you've been messing with this man for more than a decade and you got kids that's under 10, if you do, DNA, right? Bring it on, please. Let's make sure that these your kids. I'm just saying, some off. We gonna keep going. Just a little piece, okay? They go on to say they are and were patients of Dr. Nadler. Girl, so wait. I ain't even get this far down either. So the lady and her husband were once patients of Dr. Nadler. Not you over here fucking that sucking that doing what you doing with this lady down to the dentist office, but you got the audacity to bring your wife into this lady's office too, because y'all once upon a time was clients of hers. You're trifling. You're despicable. Okay? completely. And then you're gonna go hang out with the guys. And ma'am, you didn't. Nothing stuck out for a decade. You didn't notice anything for a decade. You didn't see something was off. You didn't find something suspicious. You didn't think that. It took him to go missing for you to then hop into the Yahoo account and then unearth this information. That's crazy. I feel like she used resources just a bit by going missing. I feel like if this was a black person, it would be different. I feel like things would be different. Somebody would probably have to pay a little something. Ain't no telling. But let's keep going. So then she says, since the video surfaced of Dr. Nadler being found with a man over the weekend, Anthony's wife says she's getting harassed and threatened. She hopes this will stop the calls and texts. She says she's had no contact with her husband and said Cobb County Police said he left on his own terms. Clearly, if he over here dragging this lady husband, this man's wife around, but I'm wondering if the wife left on her own. She left her phone at home. The car was found somewhere else. Did she leave on her own terms, or is it because y'all found her safe? Y'all just like, okay, she good. I mean, maybe she gave him a story out of fear. I don't know. I don't know, girl. This right here was some crazy stuff, child. So they go on to say, since he's an adult and not considered missing any longer, there's nothing else Cobb County Police Department can do at this point. She said the last location pinged from Anthony's phone before it was turned off showed him at Dr. Nadler's home. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I feel like this man should be facing some type of criminal charges, right? Because I feel like you went to that lady's house, you snatched that lady up, her phone was left at the house, you went and left her car somewhere else, and then you had this lady over there with you. Something ain't right. You wanted to make sure that lady, for the people that watch Beyond the Gates, it's giving every bit of Leslie, Anna, Sherry, Dana. It's giving a little piece of her. Because if y'all saw the latest episode, right? So the lady, Ted and his wife been having issues. And so the wife, Nicole, go to her husband's hotel room because she really didn't already divorce the man. But, she kind of missing him, want to rekindle. Well, the lady that he cheated with like years and years and decades ago and allegedly had a child by her, because I still don't believe that girl is that man's child. But that lady, she still hung up on this guy all these years later, right? And so she see the wife going into the hotel room and she decided to pull the damn fire alarm because she didn't want them to be able to rekindle because she think that Ted's supposed to be her man. This is what the weirdo side chick of like over 20 years ago thinks, right? So now this is what this is giving. You didn't want that lady to go on that trip with her husband to Japan for them to rekindle and make their marriage stronger, right? So you decided to pull a little piece of a stunt is what it's giving. You pulled a stunt and allegedly, in my opinion, snatched that lady up out her damn house. Okay, talking about you going to hang out with the guys. Child, it's a mess here. But let's keep going, right? She said she pinged it and it was at Dr. Nadler's home. At this point, neither Dr. Nadler nor Mr. Nestor are considered missing or in danger. BITCH, if I'm with the husband, Mr. Litt, if my wife ain't at this motherfucking house, she's still endangered. I know better than all of y'all about her mental state, and I just sat up here and told y'all, right, that my wife is scared. She was not forthright with the police. Okay, this man was charged with being one of his wives. She got mental issues. She need professional help, and y'all failed her, Cobb County Police. Y'all didn't do nothing. Okay. So once people learned this out, baby, they kind of got into some things in the comments. People was like, y'all owe her husband an apology because y'all was out here putting out these different type of stories. You know, y'all was putting out these stories, lying and stuff on this man, trying to make it seem like the man clapped his wife and stuff. Whole time, man over there just checking on his child at college, right? Making sure the son's straight. And she over here dipping in and doing it and let his wife tell it allegedly they've been dipping and doing it for about a decade. I said, well, now what kind of shit is this? This gives a piece of Lifetime. It gives an ounce of Tubi, the white version. Girl, yeah, it's messy. So that's what I got going on. That was pretty much that, honey. That's what they got going on. They're saying that this man faced charges in another state or in the early 2000s right? Cody Alcorn, that's the guy I just read from. He spoke to the wife and stuff. There are separate addresses listed for Anthony and his wife, but it is unclear whether or not they lived separately. I don't know if they was together or not, but she had access to their Yahoo account to go in there and see what the hell was going on, right? They Dr. Litt's car was found very close to an address listed for Anthony. Another source who knows Dr. Litt very well said, I've never seen her hair like that. I've never seen her try to hide from cameras, and she was biting her nails, which means she was anxious, right? This comment was in reference to the video that has surfaced of law enforcement. All right, they said the source says the things I've heard about him are not pleasant. Right, the husband says she's not safe and stuff. So that's what's going on, y'all. It seemed like Dr. Litt still gonna need some prayers and stuff to be relieved, honey. I don't know what this man got going on, but oh my, okay. So there's that. I just had to give y'all that little piece of a story because I said, girl, what the hell going on over here? Because that is messy. Okay. So hopefully she'll get back home safe and sound. Safe and sound. But I tell you one thing, Cock Asian Facebook has been over there in shambles. All right. You got people leaving their opinions. You got other folks doing research, talking about something. Listen, you can't be out here talking SHI from a glass house because wasn't you just arrested for this, that, and the other? They over there exposing each other. I said, girl, I'm not used to this type of stuff, but I kind of like it. What else y'all got going on over here on the white side of town? What else is happening? Because y'all is dragging each other in the comments. They don't want nobody to judge her. Okay, some people like, nah, she need to pay people back for resources. Okay, she need to apologize for sitting up here going missing. But the lady is in a poor mental state. I'm willing to believe the husband on that, but that's what they got going on. Okay.